Okay, everybody. Oh my goodness, this cute little kid. Only a monster. Only a monster, in my opinion, could do something like this. Not a human being. I'm going with the label of monster. Why is the cutie? The father's already deceased. He was shot and killed. Look at the violence in the community. Now, this one, 8. A home's supposed to be like a place of safety, but not with mama's live-in boyfriend. What makes a woman pick up a man that has to move in with her? Does he have his own place? As I said before, sometimes because a woman is with a child doesn't mean, oh, I'm sure she's a good mom. She was abandoned. Sometimes these women just got caught with a package. And believe it or not, sometimes, speaking in general, because I don't know the mother, wouldn't care to know her, the child might be a means to, oh, I'm just stuck. Might be a means for a resource. Sometimes it's a situation. What I think sometimes women is they just met some guy, got lit, got drunk, no precautions, got pregnant, and that's it. A home's supposed to be a safe net, a safe place, safe zone. When everything's going wrong, you should be able to feel safe at home. But that's not the case anymore. It's not like it's really for anybody, for a lot of people. Children, male, female, married, shack up, boyfriend, husband, wife, is ridiculous. An 8-year-old child is no longer here because he's been allegedly beaten to death at the hands of the mother's live-in boyfriend.
Wayne County morgue to identify 8-year-old Adrian Jr. He had visible signs of head trauma and injuries to his face. We're told he was beaten to death.
Head trauma, injuries to his face. Did you notice the grandmother was there? I didn't hear about the mother being there. Head trauma. He was beaten to death by the live-in boyfriend. Her main. The child was beaten to death. Beaten so hard he died. Why isn't the mother with them? I do wonder. See, I think there should be more than one arrest. I think the mom should be arrested.
Wayne County morgue to identify 8-year-old Adrian Jr. He had visible signs of head trauma and injuries to his face. We're told he was beaten to death.
Listen to what the grandmother says.
It was like I just was so empty, and my family support. We walked inside and we asked did she have him, and that's when it got real. It was true. He was there.
Just 24 hours before Adriana Tim sat down with us, she got a call that her grandson Adrian Jr. was killed.
He was the sweetest little thing. He was the sweetest kid, very smart.
The details unraveled a horror story. Early Friday morning, a 911 call sent paramedics to a home off Claremont on Detroit's east side. Adrian was unresponsive and later died at the hospital. The child allegedly beaten to death by his mother's live-in boyfriend, who is in police custody.
So who let him into the home? How did the man get access to the child? The mama's live-in boyfriend? How did the man get access to the child? The mama's live-in boyfriend. She must have moved him in, I'm assuming. And then a man with no resources, if he has to move in with her, and the idea that, oh, he gets to dictate where the child go. What the hell is this here? Trying to make a man out of these low vibrational, probably broke, unemployed, or low underemployed dust buckets. Who is here to dictate? You can't even dictate your old dusty, allegedly murderous behind feet to your own place. How the hell you gonna dictate? Dictate when you have a place. Dictate when your dust bucket, evil footed body can get you a darn place, heathen animal. How did the man get access to the child, the mother's boyfriend? So, given that, that's why I say I think she should also be arrested because the decision that the mother made by moving this man in leads me to believe she's also complicit. Now, listen to what the grandmother says, which makes me think that when the communication seems to start waning for whatever reason, became a little less, it makes me wonder if that child was being abused then. And it wouldn't surprise me if the mother was trying to maybe protect the boyfriend and not the child.
No reason for an 8-year baby to be dead.
Adriana is Adrian's grandma on his father's side. Adrian's dad was shot and killed when the child was just 1 year old, but grandma stayed close to her grandson and his mom.
Jessica, I told her several times and times again, if ever you date, I don't trust people with my kids. So whenever you date, drop them off.
She says communication slowed the last 6 months and Adrian came around less. Grandma blames the suspect.
And grandma needs to also maybe look at Jessica. That's the baby mama. When I heard that, so communication seems to slow, the child's coming around less. Now look what's happened. It makes me wonder if that child was being abused. It makes me wonder if the child was being abused, and I will not put it past some of these women. Protect my boyfriend. Because, see, if people start seeing bruises and the grandmother's obviously concerned that's her grandson, she's already lost her son, she may get the authorities involved. But these women, a lot of times, they don't want that. Get him in trouble. I got to have a man. Her child is dead, but hey, at least she had a boyfriend. Crazy. Well, that's the first thing that hit my mind. Oh, so maybe it is probable that the child could have been abused then and coming around less. Why? Protect that boyfriend.
For you date, I don't trust people with my kids. So whenever you date, drop them off.
She says communication slowed the last 6 months and Adrian came around less. Grandma blames the suspect.
He would
And I,
dictate when my grandson can come and spend weekends and go places with my daughter and I and my other grandchildren.
So he would dictate. So that sounds like to me he's running the house. It sounds like to me he's running things. How the heck again you gonna dictate when you can't afford your own place? Trying to make a man out of him. Oh my man, what the lady tell me was so stupid. Oh yes, and I obey, and you obeyed, and he was having kids while she's still married to him by little street tricks, and I obey and supporting a grown man, but you obey. Can't even afford your own place. The coming around less kind of made me start to think, is it possible the child was being abused? Is it possible the child was being abused and maybe the mother trying to protect her boyfriend? That's the first thing that hit my mind. I don't think the boyfriend is the only one that's guilty in this. I think I blame the mother. I have to look at her. You brought the man into the home, exposed the child to him. Again, why is he coming around less? Is it possible that maybe the child was being abused? Is that possible? And maybe it's escalated. And now the beautiful little innocent baby, a life of terror, 8 years old. Now he's on the news. Why?
To identify 8-year-old Adrian Jr., he had visible signs of head trauma and injuries to his face. We're told he was beaten to death.
Head trauma, injuries to his face, beaten to death. 8 years old. Beat the innocent baby so till the baby stopped breathing. Why isn't the mother with the grandmother? That's what I would like to know. With the news. See, we don't want to face it because in most cases, there's such a high rate of single parents in our community. Not everyone who's with a child raising one is a good mother. Sometimes she just got herself stuck in a situation. Oh, it just happened. We don't want to face it. Some of us don't. Not all women love their children. This right here, my opinion, I don't think this lady loved her child at all. She wouldn't let that happen. Most women, man, you're going to have to put your hands on me, not my kid. And I believe in Smith and Wesson. I, you know, I like buckshots. That's a nice little hobby to have. I'm kind of a tomboy. There is more than one person that I believe contributed to this child's death. The mother. And for all we know, for him to beat this child like this, how do we know the child wasn't being SA'd? It's not just girls, it's boys too. There was a man, he was supposedly the good guy in the church. Oh, the good guy. And the single women with their children. Oh, take my son to him. And he turned out to be a PEDO guy. Yeah, the good guy. It's not just daughters. And I've seen videos, I'm sure you may have too, seen where the daughters say, hey, mom, he's doing this to me. It doesn't matter, black, white, Hispanic, Italian, it does not matter. These women have to know. I don't see how you can't. I think they don't want to face it. And they might blame their daughter. Oh, that's you. No, he wouldn't do that. Some even put the daughter out. One lady started going upside her daughter, started hitting her. What the hell? Let me know what you all think. I think the mother is also equally responsible. I think she's a contributor to her son no longer being here. I really believe that. Why? You run the show. He's your moving boyfriend. You let him in. How did he get access to the child? How did he get access to the child? And now the child's what? Lord, beating it. Oh my God. Basically beating the life out of this child. Why? What are these women just picking up? Are you that desperate for D? And it's probably community D. It's probably DD, disease D. Are you that desperate? Do you hate your children that much? You don't even love yourself. This right here should be considered child abuse. So yeah, when the report said about the child coming around less, as the first thing hit my mind, I wonder if that poor child was being abused. And the grandmother being very concerned, well, she's gonna not tolerate that. So coming around less. Let me know what you all think. I think there's more than one person should be arrested. And if there are any other siblings, they should be removed from that home. The mother is not a good judge of character. Your parenting skills are lacking. This beautiful baby, 8 years old, beaten to death. And she basically let a wild animal up in there, as far as I'm concerned. Who called 911? I wonder if she did. Who called 911? So let me know what you all think. I think that the mother is also, that she also plays a part in this. And I stand by that. I believe she plays a part in this. And she should be held accountable. It's her child. You're the protector. You don't want the kid. I'm sure the grandmother would have taken it. Not all women love their children. Just because she's going to work, what have you, not all women love their children. They just, some of them had got pregnant, whatever, and they know with the family, it probably wouldn't be wise to just, give the child up and say you don't want it. A lot of times people want to pretend, smile for the camera, everything is fine, and deep inside don't want that child. So yeah, I think the mother is equally responsible, complicit in this. I really do believe so, because this is her living boyfriend. She brought the man into the home, and look, it's all gone wrong. This child is gone. Let me know what y'all think. 8 years old, beaten to death. I think the mother should also face charges. Let me know what your point of view is. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.